And it's been another week. Hey guys, I had a whole update planned for this weekend, but now I'm not sure that one's ready to go. And I have more to say on the topic of piracy, continuing from last week, just based purely on what you guys were talking about in the comments last week. I'd like to respond to some of it. But 2 weeks in a row on piracy, a little too heavy for me, so I don't want to do that. Also, I don't have access to the 5D that I usually shoot the updates with now. I loaned it out to Ryan. He's working on a very exciting project with our friend Travis and my new friend Adam, and I hope that's going very well right as we speak. So today we're just kind of hanging out. I've been working on pops, been working on a lot of visual effects. There's this sequence, the most visual effects heavy sequence we've ever done. Now, when I talk about that, it's like so many shots have visual effects. Some of the visual effects are very small in comparison to other ones that we've done. One of the things when it comes to VFX is if the longer the shot is and the longer you have to kind of sell a visual effect, the harder it is. So maybe the hardest sequence might still be episode 6, the meth lab. Those were a lot of shots with a lot of different VFX going on. And this time, it's a lot of shots, and some of the VFX are very, very small. Hi. It's my neighbor, my new neighbor. I guess I'm his new neighbor, actually would be the way that it is configured, because he was here first, you know? Been working on these visual effects and getting a lot done, but there's so many shots that have visual effects in this sequence. Ryan's working on some, David's been working on some. I told you last week that I had done in the last 9 days 21 visual effects. I guess in the last 7 days since we last spoke, I have done maybe 9 more. I need to, there's one that I've been working on that I exported that last night. Just trying to get through them, and there's a lot to do. I've been filling out this application. There's this amazing film festival called Butt-Numbathon. And Harry Knowles, the guy who started Ain't It Cool News, every year for his birthday at the Alamo Drafthouse on South Lamar is a 24-hour film festival that he programs. And you don't know what the schedule is ahead of time, and some stuff is old stuff, and some stuff is new stuff that hasn't even been released yet. Sometimes there are appearances by directors, things like that. In order to be able to even pay for a ticket to it, you have to fill out this application. And it's 22 questions, and it takes a long time. And so, in addition to working on visual effects, I have been working on my application over a series of days. Some of the questions are very interesting. One of them was, what was your happiest moment of the year so far? Had a lot of great moments this year. Not the happiest day, the happiest moment. So thinking about that, like I had a happiest day, I was like, oh, that's a good one. But my happiest moment didn't even take place in that day, which is very interesting to think about. And I'll tell you what my happiest moment is after I turn in the application and everything. I'm curious what your happiest moment so far of the year is. So let me know in the comments if you can think of what your happiest moment was. Another interesting question on it was, what's a movie that you walked out of? I haven't walked out of a movie, like walked out of a theater. Never done it. But I have turned many movies off. More, actually, since the advent of like digital streaming and stuff, since Netflix. Just turned something off. It is of no consequence to me. I didn't pay to rent it. It's just part of this big bulk package I have. It's part of the devaluation of storytelling, visual storytelling that's going on in the streaming age. But this one I actually did take the time. I went to the library and I checked it out on my card, and I was very excited about it. Joe Hill had raved about it on his Tumblr. Joe Hill is an author I really like. Calvary is this movie called Calvary. An hour into it, I was like, nope. Can we turn this off? And Eliza was like, really? I was like, yeah, I'm done. Turned it off. So when I told her about this question, she was like, let's watch Calvary. I didn't even remember what was not working for me with Calvary. So I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't looking forward to it because I remembered not liking it, but that was what the question was about. Give it another shot, this movie that you walked out of. Have your feelings changed? Nope. At 2 lines of dialogue in, I was like, oh man, I don't want to do this, but I did. I sat through the whole thing, and even though there's really great imagery, really great cinematography, the characters in it and the dialogue, it's like someone trying to be Shane Black and be kind of like self-reflexive towards movie making, like storytelling in a movie. Self-reflexive and also trying to be unexpected reactions, you know, characters speaking in an unconventional way, which works a lot when Quentin Tarantino does it or when Shane Black does it. And this time, it just felt like a 12-year-old trying to imagine what cool adults sounded like. And everyone was so paper thin. And anyway, that's I've been having a great time filling out the butt-numbathon 18 application. But this is the thing, you know, I hope I'm going to make it to the next stage of Project Greenlight. I don't make it. I find the next thing I'm hopeful about, because working on Pops is a year-long endeavor. And more now. It's been over a year since the last episode came out, and I still have months of work to do, at least a couple months of work to do. I need things that capture my imagination that I can look forward to the next thing. The next thing I'm looking forward to is my sister coming into town. My sister and her husband James and their daughter Ida, they're coming to Chicago very soon. And so that's my next thing to look forward to. But I have all these hopeful irons in the fire, you know. I would love to go to Austin, to go to butt-numbathon, and filling out this application is just something you have to do to get there. If you can think of your happiest moment this year, I'd love to know. Sorry I just rattled off, chatted at you for quite a few minutes actually. And that's the Pops logo. Sometimes I let it get outside. And I hope you guys have a good week. That's it. But I'm mic'd. So like I probably just sound just as clear as I did when I was there. That's good. It's a good, I don't actually, this isn't, I live over here. This was all part of it's Pops logo. Have a good week.